Y'all already know how I feel about Airbnb. Not the biggest fan. I'm a hotel guy. I like the security. I like the amenities. I like all that stuff. You know what I mean? Even seeing somebody at the front desk when you're in a strange place is nice. They have a fiduciary responsibility. There's a staff. There's a team. You know, if you just show up at somebody's house that they have a key to with no supervision, you have no idea what can be in store for you. That's my whole thing about it. I'm sure there are plenty of very nice Airbnbs, and I'm not trying to disrupt the business of the company by any reason. But Spooked might scare the hell out of you with this. It's a horror story by Spooked about Airbnbs, guys, and we're gonna react to it. Listen, make sure to subscribe to him. Join the Discord if you haven't, by the way. Link's gonna be in the description. Let's get into this reaction. Story 1.
My name is Jake, and
Hey, Jake.
this is the story of mine and my friend's terrifying Airbnb incident.
I really love his voice.
We were on a
man.
vacation,
So
of course, to a lovely place out on the Mediterranean.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my
Looks
friends
nice.
have been dreaming of getting a slice of the luxurious life together, away from work, life, and the world. Our
Hell yeah,
destination
man.
was final. We were going to Greece. Setup wasn't too bad. Packing wasn't that much of a nightmare. And renting out a fairly cheap but good-looking Airbnb for a week we were staying there was easy.
Alright.
The guy seemed nice, fairly wealthy, and his only rule was to not trash the place.
Okay.
When we finally got there, it was a weird but welcome treat to find the guy there. Jared, as he called himself, told us he was on a business trip for the week while we were there, so he wouldn't interrupt our vacation.
See, that's strange.
But when we got there, he was by the pool, reading a magazine with his earphones in. "Oh hey, I wasn't expecting you to arrive in the day. Traffic wasn't too bad, I suppose," he said. "Wait, are you Jared?" I replied, convinced some holiday home squatter was just buying his time. "Yeah, my business trip got cancelled. The whole thing scuffed. Our manager had a heart attack, and it blew the schedule out of proportion," he explained.
Okay.
"I'm sorry if this bothers you. I'll try and stay as far away from you guys as I can, so I don't ruin your vacation. But if you need any help, I'll be up in my bedroom on the top floor. It's kind of the attic too.
And
but
they just
it's
paid
big
for
enough."
flights and everything else.
One of my other friends butted in. "Oh no, don't worry about that. It's your house. And anyway, it'd be nice to have another person around."
But we
right,
paid
guys?
for it.
We all agreed with her.
Oh, man.
The place was nice. Some of the materials used to build the house were marble, even black marble.
Okay.
Jared was loaded. But there was something off about Jared at that beach house on those first couple of days. You see, Jared was very nice, especially to the girls of our group. Maybe Jared has a thing for Cassie? I told one of my other friends. He was nice at first. And with a push or two, maybe one of the girls could get with this rich guy. I mean, it wasn't like he didn't have a great personality either. Oddly, even with all this being said, on our third day, things started to change with Jared.
Okay.
For the 2 previous nights, he had cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner for us all.
Wow.
We helped, of course,
Like a
but it was mostly
breakfast.
him out of his kindness. His food wasn't too bad, but it wasn't gourmet either. But on the 3rd day, he only cooked for him and the 2 ladies. Us guys brushed it off. Hey, you gotta give the man some room to work with. But then the same thing happened the next day.
Sort of strange.
And then on the 5th day, he only cooked breakfast for our friend Casey, not even himself. He began to become tired looking, stressed, and almost impatient at everything. He would also aggressively gravitate towards Casey, which just made her uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I was starting to notice something I didn't like about this guy. He was clingy and weirdly familiar with some things around the house, the stuff he owned. The next day after this, he told us he needed to work for the day and that he'll come back to us as soon as he could. So we had fun on our own. Surfing, swimming, sunbathing, and talking.
I don't like this at all, yo.
At around lunchtime, when we were all eating down at the beach, I looked back at the house to see if Jared would be joining us for it. But instead, he was just staring at us from his attic window. Then just faded into darkness once more. Later on that day, when it was nearing dinner time, we were heading back to the house when I saw Casey's room, Jared rushing out of it and turning off the light.
What were you
I
doing?
didn't think much of it at the time,
Is Jared a
but
panty
it later
sniffer?
became obvious what he was trying to do. We were outside, sitting around the campfire, eating marshmallows, waiting for Cassie to finish up showering and for her to come join us for storytelling, when suddenly we heard a scream from her room.
No.
We We rushed in as fast as we could, but by the time we got to the stairs, Jared had already fled out of the front door, leaving it wide open. In his hand, a camera.
Oh, pictures!
I rushed upstairs to go find Casey with one of my friends, while the other two ran after Jared.
You see?
We found Casey in a corner of the bathroom, petrified.
Oh my God.
We asked what happened, and she said that Jared came into her shower, grabbed her, took a photo, and ran off.
You see? Crazy, man. This wouldn't happen at a hotel, y'all. The staff don't do that.
Time, me and my parents would go on holiday every year.
Bro.
For my 7th birthday, my parents told me we were going cross country to the Appalachian Mountains. For reference, I live in California.
Cool place to
I didn't really know much about the East USA as our holidays had mainly been abroad. But my parents thought it would be good for me to see my own country for a change.
I hear the airstrip.
My dad found a good deal on an Airbnb in the Virginian part of the mountain range. According to my dad, the owner of the house never wanted to be part of the vacation until he brought me up.
Looks like
and then he offered to be our tour guide. He apparently knew the area very well, despite his actual home being in Kentucky. My dad kept insisting that they would be just fine, but when we got to the house, he was already at the door. I know you said you'd be alright on your own, but I just remembered I have these leftover tickets from the previous family here that would just go to waste, he said, handing my mom 4 tickets to a festival in the nearby town.
Oh,
why,
I thought it was tickets for the
Mom
touring
said,
thing.
Turning to my dad to say,
he was trying to sell it to him for free.
I'm starting to think maybe we need a tour guide. This place is massive, and we might miss some things on the trail.
Dad?
My dad was reluctant to say yes, being a man of do-it-yourself ethic. But he obliged out of respect for his generosity. The first day was fun. We had planned a walk along the Virginian part of the Appalachian Trail, but only a small part, as I was too little to hike very far. The guide told us about a few big rocks and the names of each mountain we saw in the distance,
so he knows the
and stories about when he was a boy on the trail. But while my parents noticed these things, they did not notice him staring at me from time to time. Whenever I felt silent, he would look back at me and smile. When you're 7, people are supposed to be funny and feel nice at heart. But I did not feel this around him. There was something about him that just felt sinister. And maybe my mom didn't feel it, but me and my dad did.
Some people, man,
he had a weird way about him. His smile was too big. He was too small, and at the same time too big for his own boots. And it was like he was always feeling guilty. You could see it in his eyes. When it got dark, I was obviously exhausted and almost fell asleep straight away. But then I saw a teddy bear in the corner of my room, next to my closet. I don't know why, but I've always been scared of teddy bears, even before this incident.
Is it a camera?
I got up and walked over to the bear. It was really big, but I managed to turn it to face the wall, and I got back to bed. Suddenly, as my eyes and mind started to close, I heard rustling coming from the closet.
The heck?
Everyone was in bed, even the guide, and mind you, it was pitch black in my room. But somehow when the knob turned and the door creaked open, I could see the silhouette of a man standing in it. He got out and silently turned the bear to face me again, and then slid back into the closet. I was too exhausted to realize what was going on.
What a freak, dude.
The next day, the bear was still facing my bed. I turned it around and told my parents the story.
That's an old trick.
They just said I was having a nightmare.
No.
Eventually, I was back in my room with the bear. I wasn't as exhausted as I was the previous night because my parents wanted to come back early for a relaxing time at the pool. Suddenly, rustling from the closet, a clank of what sounded like metal hit the floor inside the closet.
I bet you he has
a loud thump.
A little secret
the door
passage
creaked open,
in there.
And the man was back, silhouette and all. I closed my eyes, but when I opened them, it was not just a bear that was staring at me. He had come to the foot of my bed.
Oh my
God! I could hear his heavy breaths as he looked down upon me.
Just sitting there breathing?
I screamed for my parents, clenching the sheets and crying into them. They came rushing in, but the man was not there with them. Neither the guide. The windows were wide open. We went to a hotel in the nearby town, and I overheard my parents talking to the police. We couldn't find the guide, or that man your son was talking about. But we did find through the guide's room an open vent that led into the attic and into your son's closet. Worse yet, Mr. Rogers, the teddy bear in your son's room, has a camera in its left eye.
I knew it! freaking knew it. Bruh. Airbnbs. I'm telling you, this stuff don't happen at hotels, y'all. It frustrates me so bad. God dang it. I really hope y'all enjoyed this reaction, guys. Spooked. Make sure y'all subscribe to this man, as well as a couple other reaction videos that I've done from him. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off. We'll see you next time. Break it down.